On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Because we're going nowhere with this. You believe what you believe. I'm not going to try to get you to believe anything different. The bottom line is this, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, racism exists. It exists for all of us. It exists for every race of people on this planet. The difference, in my opinion, how Black people let it manifest within us. We spend more time than any other group of people who has been oppressed, who has racism. Now the conditions are different from chattel slavery. And if you watch my channel anytime, I talk about Black people often. I talk about the things that came along with us, but then there comes a point in time where you have to decide to become a competitive people. And you cannot keep doing this. Well, this racism, that racism. You don't like it. If you don't like having to put your hair up in a certain way, build your own businesses. That's what everybody else does.
Our next topic is, do women feel pressured to avoid showcasing their natural beauty? Do women feel pressured to avoid showcasing their natural beauty? So we have like two different type of movements going on. We got the women that got the natural hair, no makeup. They just bodied, I guess, goddess, whatever you want to call them. And then you have the women that wears the fake lashes, fake bodies, weave, and so forth. So the question that I'm asking is, do women feel pressured to avoid showcasing their natural beauty? I'm gonna start with you, Kay.
Thank you. I personally don't feel pressured based on just how I grew up, my house, my parents. My natural hair has gotten me lots of positive attention in my life and things like that. However, I do know it has. I'm not sure with the what thing, but whatever. However, I will say that Black women in general do feel that pressure based on societal beauty standards and the fact that like you literally might not get a job based on your hair. So like a lot of people feel they need to assimilate, straighten their hair, dye it blonde, wear a weave, wear a wig, whatever, which I'm cool with all of them. They're all cool with me. I don't care what you do with your hair. But there's a reason why like there's 3 women on the show and only one has natural hair.
My hair is natural.
Your hair is naturally blonde and straight. Oh.
No, I don't have a perm in my hair, but I can blow dry it.
Yeah, I'm talking about more so natural texture. Sorry, I misspoke. But there's a reason there's 3 women on the show and only one has their natural hair texture and color. I mean, there's a reason. It's nothing wrong with it. Courtney, your hair looks great.
It does. Thank you.
I'm not saying anything against that. I'm just saying that there is a reason why when you go certain places or see certain things, you see more women with hair like Courtney's or P. Ray, if she ever comes back, than you do with hair like mine. There's a reason for that. So it's like, it's a thing.
Yo, JR, can you define natural? Because like me personally, I'm not into earthy chicks. Like I'm not into chicks that wear black soap. Like I'm not into chicks that like I think when I think that, really, I'm thinking like no pieces in your head, like no like the eyelashes where you look like Batman and stuff like that. Honestly, real talk. Like I'm not into the earthy chicks. I'm not into the chicks that got chakras and they play with bowls in their spare time and all of that other type of stuff. So can you please just define natural for me, and me personally?
Well, natural is what Kay was saying. Basically, like nothing. The poof, the no eyelashes, the no makeup. Just all natural. Like there are like a lot of women. I'm gonna get to some old stories, some more questions to pose, and some more statements that can kind of unfold this. But I just want to kind of stick it right here as far as like what you guys like initially thinking. We're gonna dive a little bit more deep into it. But when natural meaning no makeup, no perm, no flat irons, anything. So natural.
Well, I'll say this since she, talked about the 3 women, and yes, all 3 of us look completely different. Unfortunately, I'm a business, I'm a corporate woman, I'm conservative. So do I do my hair? Do I put on makeup? Do I wear perfume? Absolutely.
But that's a problem that in order to fit in corporate society, that's the whole point of you have to straighten. You feel like you have to straighten your hair.
No, I don't feel like I have to. And
so then so then why did you bring up corporate?
Okay, well, I'll finish. Okay. I brought up corporate because it is a particular look. So if I don't straighten my hair, I might put it in a neat bun. But however, when I walk out, am I going to have at least some lip gloss on? Yes. Am I going to make sure my outfit is cute? I have on heels. Yes. And so how I look is how I want the world to approach me. If I look corporate, if I look like I'm about business, then that's what gets approached to me.
So what kind of hair is, because we're not talking about makeup. I get it.
I'm talking about it all. It's a complete package.
Right. But the question was about hair. So can we stick to that?
No, it's, it's about natural beauty. It's about natural beauty.
Just in general? Just all?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, the question is natural beauty.
That's not what it said in the, but we can.
Yeah, if you read it at the bottom, it does.
I know, I'm talking about,
What?
What kind of hair is corporate hair? Let's do that.
Neat. You tell me. It's a corporate look. What do you think it is?
You tell me. You're the one who brought it up.
Hold on, wait, Kay, is that a genuine question?
Yes, very.
That's
because
listen, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm asking because I know how these can go. So let me take it from if you think about the man's perspective, there's a corporate look.
I know.
There's a corporate look.
Mm-hmm.
There's a corporate look for women. There's a corporate look for men. Are you saying you just?
She don't. She's trying to make a point.
Chicago to support that narrative, honestly, because let's be clear, I've made it all the way up to vice president of user experience at a Fortune 500 company. Cut your hair, look presentable, do things right. You have to make sure you're not just gonna show up any old kind of way based off of how you feel, right? There's a look professional, and we don't want nobody that look like they just got done smoking weed all day. You are absolutely correct. There is, a presentation, and I push guys to look the part. Make sure when you come out that you are dope every day. You don't see me without my beard done. You don't see me without my head shaved. You know what I'm saying? So you are absolutely right. There is, presentation to take into consideration when you're going about doing things a certain type of way and you're looking to achieve certain levels of success. You are absolutely correct, bro.
So, Kay, what you're saying is that you believe that women do feel pressured.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is I have no issue with any type of hair that a woman wears. However, there's you can Google it. There is preference shown to certain people, certain types of hair. There's been lawsuits about it, all types of stuff that I'm sure you all may have heard of. I'm saying, how far indoctrinated are we as individuals? I know the rules. I know I get it. Straight hair seems more professional, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But I'm asking for personal opinions. Does a natural hair puff look unprofessional? Do I have to straighten my hair to look professional? And if the answer is yes, that's problematic and speaks to what we're talking about right now. How come I have to straighten my hair in order to look professional when I'm a professional?
So hold on, Kay, before anybody answer that, can we speak about it on a desirability level though? Do we have to, before we even talking about corporate America, right? Let's just talking about relationships between men and women and what men desire versus what women present. Can we speak about it on that level?
Absolutely. So you're waiting for me to respond to that, or I thought you had a question. Okay.
No, so I was just saying because the question that you posed was based off of professional standards, right? And I'm looking at it just from how I interact with people on a regular, everyday basis.
Okay, so from desirability, from men and things like that, is that what you're asking? Okay, perfect. We can definitely talk about that. In my experience and from my observation, I see men, Black men specifically, talking all day about how they like natural hair. I don't ever see them saying, I love my woman's hair straightened and fried, dyed, laid to the side. They say that. I don't know look, my man likes natural hair, but I hear a lot of people talking about natural hair.
Like,
No,
is
no,
he
no.
one of those like Eric
No,
Eric Benet
not
type
at
of
all.
guys that don't
Not
wear
at-
shoes?
Absolutely not. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But my thing is though that we can't have it both
But
ways.
baby girl, let's be clear though. I went to your Facebook profile when I seen you pop up on the show. Your hair was very much straightened and laid down.
Very straight.
I've straightened my hair before. What's your point?
So why are you talking about me and I'm straightening my hair when I have pictures on? Like that's why I don't understand. It's like a double standard.
Wait, hold on.
One at a time. One at a time.
Hold on. Let's stop. First of all, I clearly said I have no problem with what women do with their hair. I said you look great, Courtney. P. Ray's hair looks great. I never had a problem with anyone's hair, regardless of what they do. I've dyed my hair in the past. I straighten my hair maybe twice a year to cut it. I do that. I'm not saying I've never straightened my hair before. So let's get that very clear. I'm saying that in terms of do women feel pressured to avoid showcasing their natural beauty, the answer would be yes for many women, because there's a reason why a lot of women would never leave the house with their hair looking like mine. And if people think it's raggedy, really do some introspection about why you think that and what have you been taught. Courtney, I have no problem with your hair.
Thank you.
Oh, come on, Kay. Come on, Kay. You're gonna have to approach, like, if we gonna have this conversation, we're gonna have to approach it in good faith. And that the foundation before you even started answering a question was throwing shots and was like, I'm the only one that's natural.
Hold on, Anton. But then hold on, Anton. Hold on. I gotta say it. No, I gotta say it. I gotta say it. Because you just went over, I'm not going to change the definition of words, right? But I can't point out an actual fact that's going on the screen right now. Tell me the difference.
But yeah, that's how you look right now. But if you look at who you are on your social media, because that's all we have to go off of, it's not coming from a genuine place, because it was looking like you were trying to just make a point.
I never said that I've never straightened my hair. Did I say that? Did you look through all my pictures? How many straightened versus natural ones did you see?
But straightened hair doesn't mean it's not natural. Yeah, straightened hair doesn't mean that's what it's natural. It's just a different look.
I get it. I get it.
With straightened hair, I don't have a problem with. I love women with straightened hair. I don't like the Batman eyelashes. Hey, we had a drop off again. I don't have a problem with straightened hair. I'm just saying that if we gonna have a conversation, it's got to come from a place of being authentic. That's all I'm saying.
Can I say? Let me say something too, because I think it's kind of confusion on when you say, most men say they like natural hair. Most men say they like natural hair, specifically not extra weave and
like real hair.
They want your real hair. So it's not necessarily because it's in a natural state or you have a puff or afro. That's not what they're saying. So if you decide to have it. Well, I asked men. So if you ask men on here, you got 3 of them right now.
Okay.
Well, you got 3, so you can ask them.
Okay, so you 3 men, do you prefer straightened hair or natural hair, like not straightened?
That wasn't the question. The question is,
okay, you
men
ask
say they want. Okay, I will. So, men, would you prefer a woman to have weave, wig, or have their hair naturally their hair?
That's what I thought the question was, honestly.
Right, that's what it is. No man is saying, yeah, I just want that afro or straighten. Men think natural hair is not having anything added to it that's not growing out of your skull.
I don't like
it's just that simplistic.
That's correct.
I don't like extremes on either side of the fence. Like, I don't like extreme earthy chicks that feel like they shouldn't even take a shower or they don't wear real deodorant and stuff like that. But then at the same time, I don't want my chick's eyelashes looking like Batman and it ain't nothing on her. And if you take her swimming, she gonna come up looking like a completely different person either. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that I want my chick natural. I don't want pieces. I don't want weave. I don't want none of that. And, I just want you to use your real hair.
That's understandable.
I think I just real quick, Kay, I think what men say when we say we want natural, when we pull it, is it gonna come with us? or will it stay with you?
Okay, so maybe I misunderstood the question, because why? Okay, so you're saying, do Black women feel pressured to like they don't feel comfortable straightening their hair? Like, I'm not sure.
It's not anything about straightening hair.
So then what natural beauty are we like? Are we saying, does Courtney feel uncomfortable walking outside with her natural hair straightened? Is that the question?
No. Okay. The question is
I'm gonna clarify.
Thank you.
So the question is, do women feel pressure to avoid showcasing that natural beauty? Mostly in the Black community, when people think natural, they do think, there's like no chemicals or anything. It's just bare natural. It's another question that I was going to get to, as far as like, what does men like prefer? Like, do men prefer women to wear like natural hair, such as Kay, or do men want their women's hair to be looked a certain way? That was going to be like my follow-up question. So you guys are both right. The thing that I want to get is that, like, are women pressured to feel like they have to wear like their natural beauty? And then two, as a follow-up, I want to ask, like, what do men prefer? Like, me personally, I prefer a woman to be natural. I prefer for her to, when I say natural, meaning that, like, I like a woman with her hair down. I don't care if it has chemicals or whatever the case may be. There is a certain presentation that I do prefer. I understand that all women don't have eyelashes, but if you're gonna do the lashes, I don't want the eyelashes, when you look at it at an angle, it's kind of dangling or hanging off a little bit, or it's not. If you're gonna do something, do it all the way. Do it. If you're gonna get a weave, make sure I don't see this, this shit right here in between, and make it look as natural as possible. Go ahead.
I'm about to get the Godfather real quick. I'm gonna get Kev to give his input.
Oh gosh!
Give me a second.
Yay!
You better stop, man.
I'm gonna get the Godfather to give his
input. That's the Godfather. You gotta respect him.
And you know me, I'm always up for getting the game. So I just sent him a link. He said he'd come through in a minute.
All right.
JR, that Uncle Near's loosen you up, yeah?
Man, it has loosened me up a little bit, man. I was sitting there thinking, like, damn, I got to slow down. I poured a second cup on the low.
Yeah, we have another one, JR, here, Black owned. It's called Guidance, which is also a bourbon. Yep, owned by Jason, so it's dope. So I might have to see you something.
I need to check that out. Hey, but look.
Hey, hold on. Before you do that, I definitely want to. We got some super chats. We got Black Titan. He didn't leave a comment, but he donated to $50. Definitely appreciate it. And Wolf right there, $130. We definitely appreciate that. I told you to reach out to me. I'm gonna send you a hat just off GP. You ain't gotta do nothing else. Just reach out to me on the DM. I actually took a picture of this, so I'll make sure I don't forget. Reach out to me. It's at Lapeef _JI, and I'm definitely gonna send you a hat. I'm gonna put it right in the mail for you tomorrow. Kalisa, we see you. I know you did it multiple times. I definitely got to shout you out. Yeah, this is a good conversation. But as long as we got understanding as far as like what the question posed, I'm actually Chicago Gorilla.
Yep.
Do you prefer a woman with their hair down or in puffs?
Oh man, I don't have a preference. I prefer it keeps me from stepping out to see my woman switch that look up. So whatever I need her to be, if I need the rock with the Afro puff, or if I need it fried out and to the side, I need her to be whatever I need her to be when I need her to be that. So I don't have a preference that way. My main concern is that when I pull that thing, is it staying with you, or is it coming back with me?
Right.
Yeah,
I hear you. That and to be, I know some women gonna probably try to come from my head. There's nothing wrong with the puff. I've actually seen some women that had the puff, and it looks pretty good on them. Some women can rock it. I just think it's about understanding, like, your look, and if your man likes it, if you're getting compliments, then it must look good on you. We got another super chat came in. Definitely appreciate you, 300 West Point. Keep up the good work, you guys. Most definitely, it's gonna get better. Wait till we start touring. It's gonna be something serious. I can't wait. Kalisa, once again, definitely appreciate you. What is the definition of a Black woman? Who is beautiful? A real Black woman, not racially ambiguous, red bone mix, but a real sister. Who want to answer that question? Y'all see it?
A real black woman is not light skin, a red bone? Well,
What is the definition? She first asked, what is the definition of a black woman who is beautiful?
Beautiful.
Yo, listen. Well,
Go ahead, Anton. What you about to say?
Yo, I don't care what you are. I just want you to be gorgeous, bro. Like, I just like being around beautiful people, absolutely gorgeous people. And so you could be like, I know we get caught up on the black, white, or whatever, like, but it's vibes for me. If you're a person that got a great personality, you got a great look, you look good, you smell good, I'm rocking with you. I'm rolling with you. So I don't know, man. I don't get caught up in all of that. That don't make sense to me. I want to be around the best looking person that's around in the conversation. So
yeah.
Hey, but look, I'm sorry, JR. Back to the original question about do women feel pressure to avoid showcasing their natural beauty? I'm kind of stuck on that because I know that a lot of the corporate rules have relaxed where women can wear locks, right? Now, from what Anton was talking about from a desirability standpoint, I think that's purely subjective, right? It depends on the man. And then, but if we go to like a basic standard for beauty, especially what we consider beauty by Western culture standards, we've seen women with locks who look beautiful. We've seen women who wear their hair fully blown out that look beautiful. So I don't think women are as pressed. Like if we backtrack and we look in the 70s, right, when the afros were all the rage, and then when we start moving into the 80s, 90s is when you really see people having that fight to wear their hair how they see fit, and especially in the 2000s, people wear their hair how they see fit. So I think I'm really thinking from a corporate perspective because I think that's what impacts people's lives even more so than the desirability point that Anton was making. I think people are more concerned how they show up at their workplace and what that looks like. And so if I'm thinking on that question, I don't think women are as pressed, but I'm not a woman, so I can't fully speak to that. But from my observation, and especially having, I spent 20 years in Atlanta, 2 years in Detroit. But the pockets that I was in, I seen people wear their hair all types of ways and they were comfortable with however way they was wearing it. So that would lead me to believe that women may not be feeling pressured as much to avoid showcasing their natural beauty.
I think they are.
Go ahead, Courtney.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I kind of think they are. If you look at social media and you look at the women on social media, do they look like their natural selves? No. Filters, Photoshop. They don't look like their natural selves. Weaves, body train, the little waist trainers, the eyelashes, the contouring. I have a good friend in Atlanta that does makeup for everybody, and she's amazing. But when I tell you it's a transformation, so are we looking or feeling pressure to look like our natural selves? No. These women are wanting attention. They're wanting likes. And to do that, they're completely transforming into something else that's not them. So I don't think we're not looking at it on social media base, and you see the filters. Y'all know I watch YouTube a lot. So there's videos that shows, who the real person is compared to what they show on Instagram. There's women that are white women that have makeup and looks like a black woman. You like, oh, okay, where'd this come from? So is it pressure? We might put it on ourselves. I think sometimes we do it for attention. Some women are attention seekers, but no, you look at someone on Instagram, they're completely different when you see them in person.
Yeah. There are definitely things that women do to keep up with a certain standard of beauty, however that looks within their circle or whatever. So like, as it relates to, do women feel pressured to avoid showcasing their natural beauty? I would say that a lot of women do feel pressured. Like there's some women who would never come anywhere without makeup on or without their hair. If y'all invite me back and you want to dare me not to wear makeup, I can do that because I don't feel pressured to wear, you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't have that in me. And I'm not knocking anyone who does, but there's absolutely a pressure That's why the beauty industry is so huge. That's why you see all these things about, you know, fixing yourself and how you're supposed to look and all of that. So there's absolutely pressure. I mean, even multiple people have said professional look. Like, how are we saying professional look and just saying that like hair like mine just isn't professional? You got to look at where that comes from and where it stems from. There's a reason why we think straight hair is professional and hair like mine isn't. It's not just haphazard because my hair looks worse. It's an actual thing.
I think you can style it to be professional. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to straighten it. And do you believe, I mean, there's double standards. We talk about double standards all the time. There is a particular professional look. If you want to change something that's been a look for decades, okay, well, good luck. But there's a standard that has been professional that's also white men, white women do.
I mean,
Kevin Samuel says a white man can't walk in a corporate office and try to get a job with a mohawk. A white woman can't walk in trying to get a job and she's wearing shorts and flip-flops.
Okay, let's do it like this. I get what you're saying. I get it because I get it. You don't wear your pajamas on a job. You don't wear your pajamas to a job.
And that's also your hair, look, and clothes.
But my thing is, though, if I have long hair, if I put a part in it and comb it down, people are still going to think it's unprofessional. So the fact that I have to straighten my hair in order for it to look professional is racist. And I don't care what anyone else has to say about that. What?
So am I racist?
Wait, can I ask you just real quick, Anton, before you
hold on, fam.
Wait,
am I racist if I don't want to work with somebody that look any old type of way?
It's not any old type of way, though. And if you think all natural hair just looks any old type of way, you got to do some introspection.
But here's the thing: you can't pick and choose unless you're the owner of the company. Right. You can't pick and choose how you want people to move in a place that you're seeking employment. And looking to be accepted in that environment. No. Hold on. Because y'all, like, in the same way that you're willing to accept that you just can't show up any type of way to a job interview or whatever like that. You can't just show up with shorts. But then you say, but I should be able to do what I want with my hair. And if you don't accept it, that's racist. We throw that term around. So hold on. We throw that term around. That's not what I said, though. Okay, so you can correct me. But we throw the term racist around so loosely as though it's not an impactful thing. And you can't just throw a label at somebody when you don't truly understand what the word really means, because everything that people don't accept that you feel is valid is not racist. It's not racist.
I completely agree.
And so
why did you say that that's racist?
I will explain. So the reason I'm saying that it's racist and rooted in racist ideologies is because if I part my hair in the middle, I'm clean, I got myself together, I'm wearing a nice business attire, whatever, and I go on an interview and my hair is down, but if I have my natural hair texture down, it's gonna look like an afro. If I straighten my hair, it will not. Why is it any different? The only difference between those two hairstyles is that one is straight and one is not. So if you're saying the straight one is professional versus the natural one just looking any type of way, I'm just trying to get to the root for why you think natural hair is looking any type of way.
Well, you're being extreme with it. As of right now, how your hair is, you could get some bobby pins and put that puff in a bun. No one's saying you have to straight because it's a professional look.
Why is
I'm not going to go to a job interview. We're talking about professional with pink hair. I would probably not even go to a job.
We're not talking about pink. We're not talking about pink hair. We're talking about the hair that grows.
But it's the same.
You have to calm down and let me finish speaking. If I was going on an interview, I probably wouldn't even have my hair like this. I wear a bun and I wear pearls.
Hey, hold on real quick. I'm about to bring on Kevin, y'all.
Thank you.
About to bring on Kevin. Let's welcome Kevin Sanders to the show, y'all.
Hey, Kevin.
What's going on, y'all?
What's going on, Kevin?
Go ahead. I'm gonna grab something real quick and I'm gonna jump in. But you guys are talking about the notion of racism, hair, things like this in corporate America. And yeah, I want to hear what everybody has to say, and then I'm going to chime in. Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead, Courtney.
It's okay. Could you go ahead and?
Oh, well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, no, I finished what I was having to say as far as there's a particular look, and that's what it is. I mean, double standards exist, but however, it's not racist. White people have to dress a certain way. Mexicans have to, black people. It's a particular look. If you're going in corporate America. Now, if you're not and you want to be a server or a tattoo artist, then you're able to be more creative and look the way that you want to look. But as of right now, it's a look and it's okay.
I understand that that's the reality. I'm not negating that at all. I know for a fact that the professional look is straight hair by standard, or either natural hair hidden like in a bun. I agree with that. That is definitely the standard in terms of professionalism. I'm not negating that at all. I 100% agree that that's the standard. I know it is. I'm saying, why is it that straight hair is the standard other than racism? Why is it that straight hair is the standard for corporate America? I understand that the straight hair thing is a standard, but I'm just trying to ask why. Go ahead. Hey, Kevin. Nice to meet you.
How you doing? You know why it's a standard?
Why?
Because we lost and they won.
Right, exactly. I agree.
So it's not racism, it's winners and losers.
Mm-hmm.
If Shaka Zulu had handled business and not, if you watch the miniseries, you watch anything about it, if he'd have taken care of business and run the English out of the Horn of Africa, it's winners and losers. So it's the standard for everybody. It's the standard for Middle Eastern people. It's the standard for we're not the only people who've been dominated by white people. Go to China. Hong Kong only has their province back the last 30 or 40 years. But
absolutely.
We're the only people that continue to fight. So my question is this: what do you think from an image standpoint impacts the typical black professional more? Their appearance or their attitude?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just first say I agree with what you said. It is globalization and Western society has taken over. There's a European beauty standard that all people that live in Western societies have to adhere to in order to be seen as desirable. I completely agree with that. And I know that that is a thing. In terms of personality versus looks, which one is... Can you repeat the question? I forgot.
No, what impacts a black professional more? As far as in terms of their image, their appearance or their attitude and behavior?
I mean, the appearance is the first thing you see, so.
No, the appearance only equates for the first 7 seconds.
Right, I mean.
The way you behave and communicate has far more to do with how your coworkers and people interact with you than the way you look.
I was thinking more of a job interview situation, but yeah.
What? Well, but even in the job interview situation, see what happens often. And for those who don't know, I'm an actual real corporate image consultant. I do this in the real world before I got to YouTube, and it amazed me how often when I was doing interview prep with my black candidates who were not being successful on job interviews, and we were doing mock interview prep, and I would do opposition research on their background, and then they would fall apart in the interview. But now if that interviewer was white, instantly it's easy to go to that. It's easy to go there. But here's the thing. If it's racist, well, first off, you say it's racist. I just don't see how you square that circle. I just don't see how you square that circle. But I will say this. You mentioned Western civilization and this and that. If it means that much to us, we need to start our own businesses or go back to Africa, because long as the people who are where you're working pay the lease, run the fiber, pay the utilities, provide a cubicle for you to sit in, you can't tell them how they want to run their business.
I completely agree. That wasn't the argument I was making. I'm completely in agreement with you.
So what's the argument you're making?
The argument I'm making is that there is a reason why straight hair is the standard. And like Kevin just mentioned, it has to do with winners versus losers. Okay, that's the language that you're using. But to me, racist ideologies where one race is being the standard and deeming themselves supreme, that's racism. To me, it's systemic. So if me walking in with my hair, let's say I have it combed back in a bun and it looks more professional.
That's not okay. So what happens when it's between two warring African tribes?
What are you asking?
What happens when it's between two warring African tribes, the Hutus and the Tutsis? One thinks they're better than the other, so they go commit genocide. Is that racist?
No.
Then your argument makes no sense.
Do you want me to explain why it makes sense?
No. 2 + 2 is 4. You can't explain that it's 5.
Well, that's just what you're saying, but honestly,
did anybody else miss that?
No.
Nope. I got it.
Kevin, I respect what you're doing. I am just saying that you're comparing two tribes that live in the same place naturally to a group of people who came to America, wiped out the people that were indigenous, brought other people from another place, stripped them of their culture, and then
what I'm ultimately trying to do is I gave an example of a race of people, and one thought they were superior to the other. You can say, well, because there's only 3 races, if that's what you want to get down to. What are you, Caucasoid? What? How do you want to frame this?
Are you talking about Caucasoid, Mongoloid, Negroid?
But see, here's the thing: we spend more time in Black America doing this bullshit than winning.
No, I mean,
no matter, we could talk about this for 2 more hours. You want to make some rules, get some gold.
It's not about the rules. I'm not on a job interview right now, and I'm not playing the game with y'all. I thought we were just having a discussion as adults.
Well, when we get down to racism, I think racism is an easy cop-out. And there are far more things that happen before race comes into the equation. But far too often, we throw race up there when it doesn't exist.
Kevin, and let me just say, love being here talking to you one-on-one. I hear so much about you. Can you just tell me, do you think racism exists? Yes or no?
Of course, we're human beings.
Okay, so can you tell me, in your opinion, how does racism manifest as it relates to standards of beauty? Just your opinion.
Now how it manifests as it relates to standards of beauty?
Yes.
There's no way to know. It's all subjective. But here's the thing.
Wait.
Hold on. No. You want to ask me because this whole subjective versus objective beauty standards, this has been disproven countless times. You take a baby who knows no race.
I know about this.
And what am I going to say?
Are you talking about like things that are just universally considered beautiful and all of that?
Such as?
Symmetry, clear skin, like the universal beauty standards. I know that those exist.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you, how does racism manifest as it relates to how people look?
Know. There's no way to quantifiably know, because the only way to know is to see where somebody's ranking something in their decision tree. You can know. Okay, if that's okay, then where's the data that's pointing to what you're talking about?
If you give me your email or a way to reach you, I will absolutely send you tons of data. There's tons of data.
Now, I want you to understand, you're going to be sending a certified image master.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay. Okay, so ultimately, here's the thing. The ultimate point is, before race comes up, far more than anything else, the way you behave, the way you communicate impacts most of what happens.
Yeah.
In Black America in particular, we have such a oppositional position, a rebelliousness, a dislike of structure, discipline, We have a problem with, and look in our community. That's why we have a matriarchy when patriarchy has ran the world for the most part. We know how to do stuff. We just want to do it our way.
I completely agree, Kevin. I am not on a different page as you as it relates to us kind of focusing on things that are unimportant instead of trying to get to where we need to get to. I 100% am on the same page as you.
No, but what we disagree is where race comes into the equation.
And that's the thing you keep evading. I'm asking you
I'm not evading. See, the thing is, when you're a winner, race becomes lower. When you're a loser, race is all you got.
Yeah, I get that. I'm saying though that racism does exist, and there are plenty of
racism exists for everyone. Go tell it to the I don't want to say it. Go tell it to the people of 1940s Germany.
I understand, but like if we try to stick to the topic that we were on about beauty standards,
Black people like this victim Olympics. Have we been oppressed? Okay. I'm 116 Seminole. Do you think who had it worse? Who's had it worse on the planet? What race of people?
You're talking about oppression Olympics, but you're asking me who had it worse.
On the planet.
We're not going to do. I'm not into oppression Olympics. You're the one asking me who had it worse. I don't know.
There's always going to, as long as human beings exist, there's going to be discrimination, some ism. That is just part of the human condition.
You are absolutely correct.
What do we do about it? What do we do about it?
We persevere and we try to get past it as best we can, right?
Are we doing that effectively?
No.
Because if you go to YouTube right now, go search colorism, racism,
I'm not going to go to YouTube
oppression.
I'm not going to go to YouTube.
Hold on, Kay. Let him finish.
Go to YouTube and search any of these terms, and you will see countless Black channels with videos, multiple hour-long panels.
See,
going into can I?
I'm sorry.
Then when you start talking about the stuff that I talk about, Anton talks about, JR talks about, I don't know, Chicago realists, I don't know well enough, so I don't know what. But you talk about business, start talking about building, start talking about self-improvement, talking about anything related to actually getting out here and turning it back this way, cricket ass quiet. So it's what we spend. Go ahead.
No, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I've never talked with you before, so I don't know your style of communication. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Or do you want me to go?
You have something to say. So what do you want to input?
Thank you. I'm sorry though for cutting you off sincerely. I mean, you go to YouTube for research. I go to like peer-reviewed journals and things like that, research from professionals that conduct research. Now, I know that.
Well, first of all, I need to correct you. That's absolutely not what I do.
You just told me to go look for research on YouTube.
I didn't say go on YouTube to conduct your research.
What did you tell me to go there for?
If you had been paying more attention instead of getting your next point together, you'd have heard it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Because we're going nowhere with this. You believe what you believe. I'm not going to try to get you to believe anything different. The bottom line is this, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, racism exists. It exists for all of us. It exists for every race of people on this planet. The difference, in my opinion, how Black people let it manifest within us. We spend more time than any other group of people who has been oppressed, who has racism. Now the conditions are different from chattel slavery. And if you watch my channel at any time, I talk about Black people often. I talk about the things that came along with us, but then there comes a point in time where you have to decide to become a competitive people. And you cannot keep doing this. Well, this racism, that racism. You don't like it. If you don't like having to put your hair up in a certain way, build your own businesses. That's what everybody else does. That's why you got a Chinatown.
I understand that, and I agree with you on that. I was just trying to talk about the topic of racism in terms of beauty standards. I completely agree with everything else you said. You're a very smart guy. I'm not negating anything you said. I'm absolutely in agreement in terms of we got to do this and we got to do that. I agree with you. I was just talking about the topic at hand as it relates to beauty and Eurocentric beauty standards that have been put on us based on racism. Like, that's all I'm saying.
That's not the topic.
The topic wasn't, do women feel comfortable in their natural selves?
Okay, can you hear me?
You said Eurocentric beauty.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, sometimes, we have a topic put in place, but sometimes we may kind of go a little off of it. But if somebody asks you a question, then just kind of stick to whatever questions is in front of you at that time.
Is there a question I didn't answer?
I will say this, though. I will say this. If you look at China at the turn of the 20th century, when Westernization happened, China was the weak nation. Mm-hmm. And there was, before Mao Zedong came to power in the 50s, China was going down a Western path. And until the people of the countryside rebelled, what am I saying? That the winners always put their culture on somebody else. We've done it if you go back to when we ran the planet 5,000 years ago, we put our culture on the losers. That's what happens. We're not special in that regard. It's just our turn. And the thing is, what is every group of losers that has done when the winners put their culture on top of it? Again, Hong Kong was a British protectorate up until the 90s. Remember Rush Hour, Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan? That was 2000. Mm-hmm. It's not been that long. The imperial influence of Western civilization is a relatively new thing. Before that, we had the Germans. Not before that, we had the Romans, we had the Greeks, we had the Mongols. We've had a lot of different things. Now, this culture in this country, yes, that's what exists.